My wife and I are in French Polynesia. We're talking about Tahiti, Bora Bora, Moorea. We're on board the Paul Gauguin. It's a vacation that was suggested by friends of ours who own a travel agency in California. And if it sounds like I'm doing a commercial for them, well, we're so pleased with this trip that I just might put their phone number at the end of this video. We're going to be snorkeling and scuba diving. The food is amazing as well. Life aboard the Paul Gauguin consists of fine dining and excursions to wonderful islands. We visited Bora Bora, Tahiti, Moorea, and a couple of private sites that they own. The ship's tender takes you ashore where the boat for the excursion that you've chosen greets you and takes you away to whatever wonderful experience you've decided to take. Of course, the Paul Gauguin navigated waters that were so pleasant to the eyes. The decks were just a lovely place to spend time on. There was a lovely saltwater swimming pool. And this is the restaurant that we would go to called The Grill. We'd meet there for breakfast. There's a couple of spots where you can actually get some shade and just read and relax. Say hi.
Hello.
What you reading?
I'm reading Secrets of the Ocean Realm. So I'm reading about fish the world over.
The Paul Gauguin had lovely dining rooms. L'Étoile, La Véranda, apart from the grill that you just saw where we had breakfast. And if you feel guilty about all the delicious food you've been eating, you can always go to the gym to work out. They have a nice workout room on the ship. Ruth and I are heading out on a pretty unusual experience. We're going on an underwater safari, an underwater walk. The crew is going to put these helmets on us, a bit like the old sponge diver helmets. There's a diver down there with us, and of course the stingray there is his pet. He was quite keen to show us all the things that you could photograph, the marine life down there. Quite fascinating. This is a sea anemone, the clownfish's favorite refuge. The helmet is not quite like a mask. It's got these face plates that allow you to see one direction or the other, but not in a 360 peripheral fashion. A couple of remoras circled us. hoping for a snack, and we were given these pouches of bread to shake and attract fish to us. And the time has come to leave our undersea world, and the diver is going to help us up. David arranged a very nice tour of Papeete and of Tahiti with Michael, who was very informative. This park and this lighthouse mark a famous spot where James Cook and Samuel Wallace disembarked here in Tahiti.
And Michael has actually done an enormously great job in, doing all the history.
What we learned complemented what we heard on the ship from the archaeologists, but Michael has a better version of it.
The great thing about having someone local to guide you is that they take you to their favorite spots. Some of these areas were remarkable beauty. Today we're going on another excursion organized by Barbara and David. We're going to go see some stingrays. They are amazingly friendly and so soft to the touch. They're just like cats when they come around you. They want to be petted. There are also sharks in the water, but these are black-tip reef sharks. They have to be treated with respect, but they are not considered dangerous. Our guide, Will, was standing there feeding his pet stingrays, and beautiful, by the way, and nothing was happening to him. So I put on my fins and joined him. To be in there with the sharks, the remoras, the stingrays is quite a thrill. After our adventure with the stingrays and the sharks, Will took us to his favorite snorkeling spot. The secret to Will's popularity is that he's holding a piece of bait fish. If you listen carefully, you'll hear the sound of their teeth snapping at the food. That's my wife and I. We're holding a piece of food, and pretty soon you can't see us for all the fish around us. Once Will had figured out that we were experienced snorkelers and that we were no threat to the coral, he took us to one of his hidden favorite spots, a coral garden. And I don't think I've ever seen as many colors, as much beautiful scenery underwater as I did on this particular trip. We were winding our way just below the surface in about 4 feet of water between the coral heads, and around every turn was a sight even more beautiful than the previous. Next, Michael took us to one of his favorite spots, and we were not to be disappointed. We were rewarded with beautiful scenery, and at the end of it, a just gorgeous waterfall. I can understand why he kind of insisted that we do the short trek. It was so beautiful.
I made it another mountain, but this was cheating. It's paved.
From there, we headed inland and upland. We climbed up and up and up until we were able to see, from this vantage point, the entire island. Our plane is tomorrow afternoon, and we've come back from the Paul Gauguin to Tahiti to overnight at the Intercontinental Hotel. So from the room on the last day, this is what we can see. That little lagoon down there. It was a very cloudy morning, but we spent the morning in the water having a couple of Mai Tais. Actually very pleasant. And this is the scenery. You can't stop looking at it. It's just too beautiful. In the distance, the breakers flow over the reef. There's a white line out there. You can barely see it. There you go. But that's the scenery.